We didn't even really consider 50 million. That's not something that we're interested in at this point. I want to go unicorn. And if we do 84 million in 2024, we'll be a unicorn. I really want to see the digital marketplace through. That is insane. That's an insane market that is completely unaddressed. And the way we're doing it makes the only sense on how to do it. For me, I want to see that through, man. I want to Shopify these agents. I want to 3x their books. I want to build a team just handling the digital marketplace. We already have 2 data scientists on staff, but I really want to get a fintech specialist in that has built a digital marketplace. I've already been connected to a guy from NerdWallet and a guy from Credit Karma.
I'm not that stressed, it's just exhausting. Like, venture is weird. It's like, you think they're interested and then maybe they're not interested.
I forget this lesson every single time and I relearn it every time but it's how many no's you get in terms of the process and you know, if things go well at the end of the day, it's like, hey, we raised money, this looks great. And you know, to your point a little bit ago, you know, you don't see all the work that went into it, right? Like to get those 5 or 6 people to say yes, you know, you probably talked to 150, 200 people. And you get a lot of maybes, you'll get a handful of, you know, hell no's, but most of the time you get a soft maybe, and then you've got to be able to nurture that.
Hoping to get our lead locked in and then we can get our follow-ons and hopefully go into due diligence, which is where they dive deeper into our financials, our legal, make sure everything is on the up and up, and then hopefully we get that money.
We've got now 2 term sheets to lead, and we are just kind of vetting the rest of the possible leads to see, you know, who's going to be the best fit. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We've got like 8 to 10 follow-ons that want to come on, so just trying to lock the lead in. We could create this little group of follow-ons to the lead that are carrier-based, which would be interesting.
Maybe like 3 months. Dude, it took way longer than that.
6 months?
I have in my journal while I'm in Sacramento around Christmas in December that says, oh, it sounds like we may have gotten the preliminaries and then we didn't like get anything until March.
February. We closed in February. February 10th.
So a couple months. And this has been a couple weeks, so that's good.
Not, technically not. It's been a week and a half. So
You got time.
you got time.
We got time.
Could take an extension to the seed and wait another couple months to get sales going, but there is that opportunity as well. You know,
You get that reaction
Well.
close in person.
well, it is an option.
It is an option.
Well, maybe not for the camera. Well, you can leave it on. We've decided we're gonna wait 2 more weeks. Today's the 5th of April. We're gonna wait 2 more weeks to find out if we're gonna have a lead. If we don't get that within 2 weeks, we're gonna take a smaller round of funding and just wait a couple more months to do the actual Series A.
Do I look defeated? We're like 4.5 weeks in, I think. 4 weeks in. I've met with like 75 people. We got a lot of turndowns.
So it's really a tough one, but the overall conclusion is that it's a pass for us.
There we go. There's definitely pressure, but I think I put more pressure on myself than anything else. I don't feel the pressure of like the team or anything like that. I don't feel like obligation to get this done for everybody else because I know it's going to happen and I know it'll get done. Our product is good enough; it sells itself. So we've got 1 term sheet right now. The valuation's not great, so I'm kind of hanging on to it. I was expecting 5 other term sheets. 2 have bowed out, so now we have 3 that I'm hoping to get term sheets from, and we are still trying to lock down our lead. So that is where we're at right now. It is a battle at the moment. We just need that 1 person, so, and the term sheet I have is not great. With this investment, it allows us to really enhance our product, which is the #1 goal. We want to make our product so good for the independent agents and carriers and insurtech partners in the business.
We had to go to 4 million in the first tranche, 4 million in the second tranche, and a pre-money in the first tranche of 20 million.
All right, sounds good, Dan. Appreciate it. All right, bye-bye. Oh, there he is right there. All right,
Good timing.
Dan, what's going on?
It's all good. What's going on with you, man?
Not a lot. I'm actually sitting here with my other partners, so it's good timing. I got you on speaker if that's all right.
That's fine. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Dan.
I wanted to, so first of all,
Ryan goes, "Hey guys, Dan's on the phone," and he kind of threw out there, I believe we had 2 offers, and the goal was we liked offer 1, but we liked partner 2, and the goal was to get partner 2 on offer 1. Just it was easier, and that scenario happened while we were all together in the conference room, and yeah, Dan had agreed on it, and Ryan just pretty much said casually to the 3 of us, "Hey, you guys good with it?"
Are you guys good with that?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You are.
okay, we'll paper it up and send it over.
We didn't even know really who Dan was, but we were like, "Yeah, let's do it. We trust you, man." So that's kind of what's great about GloveBox is with our leader Ryan, CEO. We all have known each other since we were like 13 years old, to where what Ryan does for the company, we know is good for all of us. And if he's good with it, we're good with it. So it's kind of funny, like, yeah, let's do this, let's do the yeah all at the same time. But I mean, it would be funny if someone would have been like, no.
We look forward to working with you. Thanks, Dan.
All right, thanks, y'all.
All right,
Cheers,
thanks.
Dan. Thank you.
There you go.
That was the first one?
Did we just make a deal?
That was the second one. Last week we signed our term sheet on our lead investor, which is exciting. Now we are looking to corral some follow-on investors. So what that means is the lead investor has set the terms and said they're going to take up a portion of the round, and now we're getting follows to like fill in the round at the terms that they set. So it's kind of where we're at right now. We have a closing date in like 3 weeks, so we're going through due diligence, which sucks. It's annoying. It's just a lot of back and forth. So yeah, just kind of charging ahead to getting this thing closed. We ended up raising $5.5 million on this Series A round. We actually went back and forth on whether to call it a Series A or a seed because we didn't do a true priced round prior. At the end of the day, it didn't really matter for us. We kept it as a Series A. We set out in the beginning to get 10 to 15 million. We scaled back. We really dove deep into the business and discovered that more money will not accelerate our project. We can be really smart with capital and really look at the team and who we have currently with the talent that we have, and then look at the market and say, you know, who can fill some gaps for us, and realize that we don't need as much money as we think in order to be successful. Everybody said that you can't meet investors just with cold outreaches, but I actually met Dan and Panoramic just through a cold outreach off of Crunchbase. So it's kind of a testament to fundraising is just like sales. Like, you fill up your pipeline, whether you get referred to people or whether you cold call outreach. Dan and Panoramic were a cold outreach for me.
He had so many conversations with interested parties that it's interesting to find out that the one that ended up being our lead investor was not the ones he was having those conversations with.
Based out of Atlanta, Georgia, they're a pretty traditional venture capital firm. They love B2B software. They don't have a ton of experience in insurtech, but it seems to be that they have an appetite for it. What interests me the most about them is, and I think a lot of venture companies say this, but they don't actually follow through, is they seem to bring a lot of value beyond just capital.
In regard to the follow and how we had selected a couple of follow partners, we met with a top tier carrier many months ago. I would say February, March of this year, and
Yeah.
it gave us some perspective. We knew that selecting a carrier as part of a partner would be really important to us, and we did identify one that made sense. They do want to remain anonymous for a couple of reasons, but at the end of the day, it was nice to know that a carrier wants to be heavily involved and believes in the product and what we're doing.
Happy to have it done behind us and ready for the next chapter of GloveBox. We are relentless in building an amazing product.